Her Majesty's Tower of London. Fortress, palace, prison. From Norman times until the reign of James I, this was a home to the kings and queens of England. The presence of the royal court gave rise to tradition and pageant. Today, not only is its past preserved in the buildings, armories and jewel house, but also its pageantry through the ceremonies of the tower. Many of the ceremonies are private affairs seen by only a few, but a royal salute can be seen by anyone. Salutes are fired by the Honourable Artillery Company, a famous volunteer regiment of the Territorial Army Reserve. The company was founded by charter of Henry VIII in 1537. And their first recorded ceremonial duty dates back to 1587, when they marched 3 by 3 at the funeral of Sir Philip Sidney. More recently, in 1830, King William IV required them to act as his bodyguard while he was in the City of London. Succeeding monarchs have confirmed this privilege. So, to this day, the company provides ceremonial guards of honour to the sovereign or heads of state visiting the City of London. The Honourable Artillery Company took over the duty of firing all salutes from the Tower of London in 1924, after a reduction in the size of the regular army. They fire 62 guns on the anniversaries of the birth, the accession and coronation of the reigning monarch, and on the birthdays of the Queen Mother and Prince Philip. 41 guns are fired on other notable occasions. The firing of 62 guns is today unique to the tower and probably dates back to the late 18th or early 19th century. 41 guns are the more common. The extra 21 discharges are fired on behalf of the City of London. Although less orderly than today, the salutes of yesteryear were a much greater spectacle and much noisier too. Take the arrival of Queen Mary Tudor, for instance. It's recorded that there was such a great noise of guns fired from all about the tower from the moment the Queen entered at Aldgate that some citizens thought it was thunder or even an earthquake. Then, as now, the reigning monarch has direct control over the tower through a constable. Many eminent people have held this post, but since the Duke of Wellington, it's always been the prerogative of distinguished soldiers. Until 1933, the appointment of constable was for life. Since then, however, a new constable has been appointed every 5 years. His installation takes place in front of a specially invited audience and is participated in by the officers of the tower. Yeoman Warders in their state dress form a circle on Tower Green. Inside Queen's House, the gold keys of the tower are handed over to the Lord Chamberlain by the Lieutenant of the Tower on behalf of the retiring Constable. The new constable, Sir Geoffrey Harding Baker, leads a procession that includes the chaplain of the Tower and the resident governor. A second procession leaves Queen's House, this time led by the Lord Chamberlain, bearing the gold master keys. After the Lieutenant of the Tower has read Her Majesty's letters patent, appointing Field Marshal Sir Geoffrey Harding Baker as 153rd Constable of the Tower, the Lord Chamberlain delivers the keys to him.
Field Marshal Sir Geoffrey Harding Baker, in the Queen's name and on Her Majesty's behalf, I deliver to you the keys and custody of the Royal Palace and Fortress of the Tower of London.
Lord Chamberlain, I accept the care and custody of this fortress, which you, in the Queen's name, confide to my charge. As Constable, I will maintain Her Majesty's Tower, its privileges and powers against all comers.
God preserve Queen Elizabeth.
Amen.
The keys are passed to the Chief Warder, who leads the Constable's inspection party.
in the Queen's name and on Her Majesty's behalf, I grant you full possession of Queen's House in the Royal Palace and Fortress of the Tower of London.
In Tudor times, the Constable gave up residence in the Tower, leaving its day-to-day running to a lieutenant. Today, however, the lieutenant no longer lives here either, and the Tower's daily management is left to the governor, who resides in Queen's House, and his two deputies. They are supported by a body of Yeoman Warders, who also reside at the Tower. The history of the Yeoman Warders is almost as old as the Tower itself. In the past, they have acted as jailers or guards to some of the most notable people in English history. Today, they are the custodians of the Tower. As they guide visitors around this ancient monument, they enthrall them with tales of its history. When the Duke of Wellington was Constable, he ruled that Yeoman Warders were to be recruited from soldiers who had held the rank of sergeant or above. This rule has been modified in recent times. Now all applicants must have held the rank of warrant officer or colour sergeant in the Army, Royal Marines or Royal Air Force. Away from the public gaze, within the confines of Tower Green, a private ceremony takes place. The installation of a new Yeoman Warder.
Yeoman Warders, chap!
On this occasion, they wear their normal uniform, the blue undress granted to them by Queen Victoria in 1858.
Mr. Henry Thomas Chapper, awaiting swearing in as a Yeoman Warder, sir. Yeoman Warders, stand at heights!
The Governor of the Tower, on behalf of the Constable, presides over the ceremony by reading the oath.
Are you Mr. Henry Thomas Chapper, holder of the military medal?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to be sworn in this day as a member of the body of Yeoman Warders of Her Majesty's Tower of London?
Yes, sir.
Will you repeat after me? I, Henry Thomas Chapper, do swear to serve Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Queen, Defender of the Faith, her heirs and successors, lawful kings and queens of these realms. I, Henry Thomas Chapper,
The position of Yeoman Warder has always been highly prized. This was especially so in Tudor times, as wealthy prisoners would pay dearly for privileged treatment.
her heirs and successors, lawful kings and queens of these realms. I will not depart from the Tower into the country without the license of the Constable. I will not depart from the Tower into the country without the license of the Constable. I will not suffer any person or persons whomsoever to pass to and from the Tower after the watch is set, unless such person or persons have the watchword. I will not suffer any person or persons whomsoever to pass to and from the Tower after the watch is set.
Before the Duke of Wellington's time, it was possible to purchase warderships for about 250 guineas.
I will faithfully...
If a yeoman warder died on duty, his money remained with the constable. But retiring warders could sell their posts to suitable candidates.
The Constable of the Tower, Field Marshal Sir Geoffrey Baker, has approved of your appointment, and you are sworn in as a Yeoman Warder of the Tower of London. Yeoman Warders, chop! Thunder. Hey! Gentlemen, we will now adjourn to the Yeoman Warders Club.
Although warderships can no longer be purchased, the tradition is still kept alive with the toast drunk after a new warder has been installed.
And now I would ask you to all join me in the ancient toast. Henry Thomas Chapper, may you never die a yeoman warder.
May you never die a yeoman warder.
Thank you very much, Steve.
You'll be...
"10 minutes to 10 every night marks the beginning of probably the best-known ceremony of the Tower, the ceremony of the keys. The escort await the arrival of the keys underneath the arch of the Bloody Tower. The Chief Warder sets out from the Byward Tower wearing his long red coat and Tudor bonnet. With him, he has a candle lantern and the Queen's keys. The ceremony of the keys is the traditional locking up of the tower at night. It's one of the oldest ceremonies of its kind, having taken place since the reign of Edward I, some 700 years ago. With his escort, the Chief Warder goes to lock the outermost gate before returning and locking the great oak gates of Middle and Byward Towers. It's here that the password is still demanded after the wicket gates have been locked at midnight.
Queen Elizabeth's keys, all's well. Escort to the keys. By the center. Quick, march! Left, right, left. Escort to the keys. Guard and escort, preserve on! God preserve Queen Elizabeth. Amen.
At exactly 10 o'clock, the chief warder takes the keys to Queen's house. They would be received by the lieutenant in the days when he lived there. The gates are locked. All is now secure at the Tower of London.